Happy Tuesday, my Bixby Beavers. How are you today? I'm so glad you're here. I just wanted to spend some time today to name a couple of things. One of them is that yesterday we had the day off for to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and that's a day that a lot of community members will, well, really pay attention to the work that he did to for human rights, and then also people might volunteer and do something good for the community in honor of Dr. King. And so I hope that that's something that maybe your families do or will choose to do in the future. Dr. King was a very special man, and he really fought for the rights of the poor, for the rights of blacks, and also for the rights of people who didn't have a voice for themselves. And so that's the kind of Bixby Beaver I want you to be. So he's someone who's really inspiring, and I really appreciate his work. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that our fifth graders are going to camp on Tuesday. So that's an exciting thing. So if you don't know what that is, well, fifth graders, when you get to fifth grade, there is a camp that we call it's called Camp High Hill, and so it's a little different from what it used to be way back when, but it's called Camp High Hill at Camp Oaks. So you might have visited Camp Oaks through the YMCA if you've participated with the YMCA. So the YMCA hosts Camp High Hill for Long Beach Unified School District students, and we have there's going to be a lot of fun. And so we're really excited for our fifth graders. We're going to miss them. It's going to be a little too quiet without them here, but I know that they're gonna have a good time. It's going to be a little bit cold, and but they're gonna have a blast, and I can't wait to hear how their days went. So that's the Camp High Hill message that I wanted to tell you, and then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. So third, fourth, and fifth graders, on Tuesdays, oftentimes you forget your instrument, and so your parents come and they want us to call your classroom, and so that you can come pick up your instrument from the office. So please let your parents know that we will not be calling the classroom and interrupting learning so that you can have your instrument. So there's a couple things that you can do, okay? On Monday night, put it by the door. That's the one thing that you should do, right? When I know that I think I'm going to forget something, I either write myself a little sticky note and I put it on my door and I go, oh yes, the drinks, because sometimes I'm bringing food and I'll forget. Or, for my TK and kindergarten students, if I have to get their popsicles, then I think, oh yeah, the popsicles. So I put a note for myself by the door. Usually it's on the door, because I can't leave the popsicles by the door, because then it'll be a big puddle overnight. So make sure that you do that. But if you forget, then you can ask your parent to come drop it off in the office, okay? But again, we're not going to call your classroom for you to pick up your instrument. What I want you to do is, when it's your music time, raise your hand quietly, go to your teacher and say, Maestra, creo que mi instrumento está en la oficina. If you're not in our dual language programs, that is, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Wilkerson, I think that I forgot. I think my mom might have brought, or my dad might have brought my instrument. Do you mind if I go to the office to check? And so they'll give you permission to come check, and then you can pick it up, and then you can go to your music class, okay? But we are trying to avoid phone calls in the morning to the classrooms, and so, and on top of that, we want you to be responsible. So those two things, right? Because when you're not responsible and you forget your instrument, then we have to call, and your teacher has to stop teaching and then has to go to the phone. And then all of your classmates lose their learning time because of you forgetting your instrument. See how that works? So we want to make sure that you don't forget it. But if it happens, sometimes you're in a rush and so many things happening. I understand. I've forgotten things before. So just come to the office, ask for permission to come to the office so you can see if your instrument is there, and then you can go back to class, okay? We're not going to make calls for you or none of that. So just come and see if it's in the office, and if it is, awesome. And then you'll get it. You can take it in. Every once in a while, there might be a helper like Miss Ronnie or Miss Jackson or one of our rec staff members who might come around delivering your instrument, but that rarely will be the case, okay? So a little sticky note by the door, or your instrument by the door the night before, that rhymes, or check the office, okay? Well, those are all of the messages that I have for this week. I am so proud of you. You are just fantastic little human beings, and I really value you and I appreciate you. I love the work that you do, how hard you struggle, because it's okay to struggle. It's okay to fight, fight for to try to understand. I'm not like physically fight, but like in your brain to go like, I'm gonna get this. It's good to do that. It's okay. That's how your brain grows and you get smarter. So I am so proud of the hard work that you put in, and especially proud of the way you treat one another. That's when I am most impressed by you, when you treat each other well. And so I want to keep seeing that as I'm in your classrooms this week, and I'll see you around.
Listen here, Brunos and Brunettes. In 5th grade, going to Camp High Hill. Who do you think you are? Big kids? Well, you are. And you know what? I'm proud of you. Proud of you because you're taking a risk by going to camp in this frigid weather. It's gonna be cold up there for sure. But you know what? You're gonna have the time of your life. And I'm so excited for you. I hope you encounter some new challenges and that you make a lot of good, strong friendships while you're up there. And by the way, I heard from Mr. Vieira that the food is really good. So you enjoy that too. Let me tell you something. You're going up there, and on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, you might have a little tummy ache and maybe a little headache. You might feel a little bit sad. And that's okay, because that means your body's adjusting to the altitude. That's all that means. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're sick. Got it? So check it out. If you're feeling that way, let a teacher know, and they'll take care of you. But don't let that stop you from having fun. That's what you want to be able to do the most while you're up there, is have fun, treat people well, and make some friendships. I'm proud of you. You're going to have a great time, and you're going to have a lot of stories to tell when you get back. And Mr. Vieira tells me he can't wait to hear them. Got it? Good. Now do it!